Excuse me. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to wait a few more minutes until some people join us, and then we're going to get started. So I'll see you again in 4 minutes. Morning, Lynn. I know you're there. Hello, Roseanne. How are you? Hello, Lanita. I'm not sure I have seen you here before. Thanks for coming. And good morning, Sarah. How awesome to see everybody this morning. I hope this new time isn't too big a pain for everyone. I hated switching it back and forth, but I think it's going to stay where it is right now. Thank you so much, Lenita. That is so sweet. I sometimes wonder if I'm just spinning my wheels, and then I will get the nicest comments from you guys. Hi, Sue. It's so great to have you here this morning. How are you today? I hope you guys have your tangling supplies ready. I'm going to give you a hint. We're going to be doing a little bit of blacking today. Oops, I've got sepia here and not black. Is that right? No, that's black. All right, sepia. Sorry. Somebody's going to get me for that one. I said it wrong in my head for years, and now you know. All right, in about a minute and a half, we're going to get started. And so if you want your number 8 or something that will be a little bit easier for blacking, you can get something, but I'm going to use my 01. So we'll be busy in just a minute. I'm trying to find this on my channel. Oh, there we are. Okay. So I could see you guys' responses. Goodness. See, even I have to click through the ads on this. Okay. All right. Just a couple more seconds and we'll be going. There we go. Now I can see everyone. All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our 4th Meditation Monday. It's actually the 3rd one on Monday, but the 4th one altogether. I am Cindy. I'm the Tireless Tangler, and it's so great to have all of you here with me today. Got to put the glasses on. It'll go better that way. I think we all know. So for today's meditation, I just want us to do something called striping. And y'all know what striping is. Most of you know what striping is. And so I'm going to put my border dots on my section in a little bit. So I have a smaller area to work in so that I don't get frustrated. And the reason behind this, well, I didn't get that in the right place either, did I? Okay. The reason I'm doing this is because since we're going to be blacking a lot, I don't want everybody to get frustrated, and also I figure a smaller area to work in might be good. I'm really not getting these even, but that's okay. So now on your border, I want you to make your border as wiggly or as straight or whatever way you want it. I am really going to go crazy on mine and put some loops in and just make it a really crazy shape. And then I'm going to add 1 or 2 more lines in here for string, just to get the sections a little bit smaller so that I've got lots of interesting spots to work in. I think I want 1 more. No, I'm going to leave it. Now this looks pretty messy, right? But it really isn't. Well, it's going to look cool. All right. So for striping, all I want you to do is take your pen and take one of these small sections. Just turn your tile around or your paper, find a section, and we're going to start in there. But first, I want you to take a break with your pen in your hand and breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth, and relax. Let your shoulders drop down. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be with you today. And let's pick a section and start. Now, I don't mind that mine are sort of misshapen and wonky. You know I love the wonky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to decide on how I want to stripe each one of these sections. And if you're a beginner, striping is when you just divide a section into little stripes. And with each one that you make, I want you to black it in. I'm going to leave a little sparkle in. Oh, really? Sorry, guys. See if I can fix this. There we go. I knew I shouldn't have done the iPad today. I apologize. So I'm going to leave a little sparkle in mine. And then I'm going to equal distance down, make another one. And this is what we're going to do today. We're going to go into each section. We're going to stripe it. We're going to take our time inking the stripes. Now, if you guys watch a lot, then you're going to know that I really enjoy the sparkle part of this, so I'm doing that on mine. If you do not want to mess with it, don't. The point today is to be relaxed and to feel each stroke of the pen on the paper. And when it comes to the blacking, I want you to try to find a zenful place. We are not in a hurry. We are not trying to get finished quickly. I want us all, and this is an exercise for me too, I want us all to just enjoy the blacking process. And this is why I wanted to work in a little bit of a smaller area. So that we could just relax into this. And see where it takes us. So this is my first one, and you'll see I sort of went with the curve. And I want you guys to follow the curves in yours. Now, if some of your curves are straight, that is absolutely okay. Just take your time. Look at each space as a spot you want to fill with love and ink, or a love of ink. And just really, really get into the hang of just drawing your lines, inking them in. When we get done, this is going to be so cool looking, you will be surprised. Now, if in some sections you would like your stripes to be thin and some big, thick, you can do that. You can make them all the same. You can black them all or sparkle them. You can approach each section from whichever direction you want. You cannot get this wrong. This is just for enjoyment and relaxation and fun. Okay. Now in this section, if you're adjoining sections and you've got stripes already headed one direction, see if there's not something you can do to make them look just a little bit different. Let's see. I already regret the iPad today. I just knew we were going to be blacking, and I didn't want to be shaking the whole screen while I used my phone. So in each section, try to get your stripes going in a different, pointing in a different direction. At the end, it's going to be a very cool effect. Remembering that you cannot get this wrong. Any way that you choose to do this is just fine. Like that. This is going to be really cool. All right, and then go on to each section. Now, for example, in this section, I could continue this the way I've striped this, or I can change my angle and do something completely different, which is what, of course, I'm going to do, because I'm me and I can. Just go into each section, changing the angle or the direction of your stripes. Taking your time with the blacking process. Give the ink time to soak in as you go. Taking your time, remembering if we can start looking at blacking as part of our zenful process. And this is something that's hard for me too. If we can practice it in this way, I'm hoping that I, along with you, will be able to, as we do tiles in the future, relax into those when we have blacking and not groan when there's a large space to cover, because we know that that's part of our zenful process. Now you might notice that I am not drawing lines between sections I'm just striping each section. And that way, when we come to shading, we're going to have some really cool things that are going to happen. If you feel like one side of your pen is not getting a good ink flow, then turn your pen in your hand just a couple of degrees and try a different side of the nib or the point. Well, that wasn't. Oh, slap my mouth. Not saying it. I am not saying it. I am really irritated by this iPad today, and so I'm going to have to take a deep breath and relax. We will use our phone next time, so I don't have that issue. Okay, so taking each section, taking your time, changing your angle in each one. If you want to leave one blank, you can leave one blank. Just take your time. Some of you may be more tense when you get finished with this. I don't know. Let me know in comments what you think. But you can see they don't have to be perfect. That message is for me too. I suffer from the same affliction as you guys, where you're hypercritical. And that's one of the reasons why these Monday meditations have become a really important thing for me, because I really want to figure out how to do a better job relaxing and taking things as they come in life. And I really think that these are helping me in my walk. Learning to find the Zen in things that used to make me crazy is a very important step along in this walk. I am fighting my impulse to rush a lot lately, and I think it's really important that we take some time, work on some of the activities that maybe cause us stress while we're drawing our tiles, and maybe the next time we take on a tile and that has a lot of striping or blacking, we will approach it from a much more zenful attitude, maybe. Okay. Excuse me. I've got the summer allergy thing going on. All right, so I think I'll do this one like so. And remember, you cannot do yours wrong. However you choose to stripe yours is perfect. This is a great example of how something simple, like striping, can become an avenue for a beautiful work of art. All we're looking for is consistency in your lines. That's all I really want you to pay attention to. Try to lose yourself in the process of laying pen to paper, taking your time. Feel the tooth of the paper through the nib of the pen as you gently lay the black down. Remembering to turn your pen if it starts getting scritchy on one side. All right, and let's see. Just be creative. Let your creativity guide you in how you want to do these, remembering that even if you do it in a way that is not what you had hoped for, it's not going to matter. All right. I think I'm going to go crazy on this and put a stripe in right here. Never again on Mondays are we using this silly iPad. I'm still hoping to replace it very soon. It's just gonna have to be in a priority list, and it's not at the top right now. Although it's climbing really quickly. All right, now. And you can see that just by changing your angle a little bit each time, you're going to get a really cool effect when you're finished. Once we put shading into this, you'll be amazed. How fun. All right, what else we got here? I don't know how you guys are doing, but I've only got a couple more sections. All right. And we're going to definitely do this one like this. So scale of 1 to 10, is this relaxing or not? I want us to challenge ourselves, but I don't want this to be stressful, not at all. And this is something that I struggle with. And so I wanted to know if we could make this a zenful process. I'm fairly relaxed. Aside from all the traffic going on outside my door right now. Good morning, Rebecca. It's so good to have you. And yeah, I think I'm getting in a rush here. Slow down, you move too fast. Oh, I better not sing that. I'll get a copyright strike. We don't want that. Taking your time. Remembering that the slower you go, the faster the ink will soak in. Grumble, grumble. We are not going to let that stuff irritate us today. I'll be irritated enough for everybody later when I look at it. Just a note, if you do that, what I just did, sort of fixing a line, you can, but it will mess with your sparkle. Definitely mess with the sparkle. But that's okay. If you need to adjust your string. Hey, Annabelle, I guess you're liking the earlier time a little bit, huh? Thank you for being here. All right. I am down to my last section. Isn't this fun? Isn't this fun? Sorry about the coughing today, guys. All right. I'm just going to dive right on into this. Right after I throw the iPad in the trash. All right. Just keep each section an entity of its own. And when you decide on the direction of your stripes, just try to make them a little bit off from the section next to them, and you're going to have something very cool. Now, depending on how wiggly or loopy you made your string, yours is going to look completely different from mine, and that's what we want. One of these days, I'm going to figure out how we can make a mosaic for ourselves, an online mosaic, because that is something cool, to take some tiles that everyone has done according to the same standards, if you will, and then put them together with everyone else's and see just how much the same instructions can get you completely different works of art, and that is such a neat thing. I am definitely rushing now. So I need to take a deep breath and chill out. Well, I'm not sure how zenful this has been for anybody between the iPad and the blacking. Oh my goodness. Ah! No more iPad for these guys, I promise. You just have to deal with this, with the wiggling phone. All right, a few more, and we will be done for today. Or at least I will. And if you need more time for yours, take it. Take more time. There are no Zentangle police today. Everyone can do what they want. Well, there are never any Zentangle police. to switch, turn my pen a little bit. If your pen is starting to run low on ink, this is going to be a little bit more difficult. Hopefully you've got a backup. That's why I buy mine in bulk. I just can't stand. Hello, Marietta from Athens. How are you today? So, taking your time, Cindy, because I looked at the time and saw we were close to half an hour, and I wanted to rush, and I need to not do that. Because that is the purpose of today's meditation, is to learn to slow down and take your time, in particular with something that for many of us causes rushing issues. Well, we're just going to make this one solid. And I can, because it's my art. And you might be wondering, well, how are we going to shade this? Well, I am going to show you here in just a moment. Going to differentiate our sections. Okay. Well, I met with a differing effect, or I met with I don't know what I'm trying to say. This is what you don't get when I edit these, guys. All my fumbling around and trying to remember what I say. Okay, let's skip what I was going to say. Grab your pencil, okay, and let's shade this. Now, you're necessarily going to need to shade between your sections, and that may or may not be easy for you. Again, I'm going to try to avoid going over my stripes with my pencil, but that's just me. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of graphite on one side, and a little bit thicker graphite coating on the side where it comes together with the other sections. So here, I'm going to shade right underneath this stripe, setting that off, and just give it a little bit on this side. Oh, I quit. Goodness. I apologize, guys. That is not zenful at all for anybody, and I'm working on it. Okay. So take each section, just shade along the edges. If you got sections coming together like this, I should not have done that. Only shade one side, okay? Unlike what I just did. So I'm going to shade on this side here, and leave this undone, and then shade. I don't know what to say anymore, guys. Just, I am not zenned out by that happening all over. All right. I am not going to worry about it, though, because that's just going to get me upset about nothing. So everywhere where you feel like they come together in your sections, choose a side and give it a good shading run. Now, if they're on the outside like this, or scrunched between sections, You might give a little bit of coat on each side, but it's really up to you, however you want this to look. You can try a couple of things out. But these are good practices for shading and for blacking, and hopefully a little bit of relaxing, although I am letting my real life stuff bug me, and that is not the way to go for these. Okay, I think I'm going to do right here. Thank you, Lynn. You're a good lady. Simba sends his love. All right. Well, let's see if we can find the tortillon and blend this out, and we will call it a day. By the way, I have 3 of my winners for the international giveaway that have not been in touch with me. And so if any of you know any of the winners, I have talked to Sandra Mitchell and Carrie Brown and Sheila Olson and one more, but I'm missing a couple. So if you guys know any of the winners, please have them get in touch with me by email, and that will set us up. Okay, I had a tortillon sitting right here, and I can't find it, and this is not cool. Oh, I promised myself this would never happen live. That's what I get, huh? Tortillon? No. There we go. I knew it was hiding in here. Ta-da! Wow. I'll do better next week, guys. I'll do better. All right, tortillon. Very messy tortillon. Let's see what we can do to blend this up and see what a cool look we've got. And remembering, when you run your tortillon over those blacked in areas, go gently. Those areas that have been rubbed on with the ink pen can pill up fairly easily if you scrub hard. So just a note of caution for you. This is so fun. Just blend it out. Just a few more. Next week, we are going back to some organical. I'm making up words. Next week, we are going back to some more organic types of tangles, or anyway, I can't talk today, which is a bad thing for a video, huh? All right. I'm just going to leave whatever thoughts were there where they are. I'm just going to go with what I got here. Because when I turn off the camera, then I'm going to go, I should have told them that. All right. Okay, so I am curious to see, well, come on. I'm curious to see what you guys got out of this. It's interesting, isn't it? Now, don't forget, I just found my other tortillon. There's something wrong with me, seriously. Don't forget to add your chop. I think I'm going to put mine right here. And I'm going to stripe it. So that it matches. Here we go. And because I'm feeling lovey, I'm going to put hearts in mine today. There. All right. And now turn it over and sign it. So that a year from now, you know what you were doing when you made this beautiful thing. Thank you, guys. This is our 4th meditation. It's kind of fun, huh? Amazing what a few lines, some blacking, and a pencil and tortillon can do for something, isn't it? How fun. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this today. I really appreciate you being here, even though I had a lot of technical difficulties with both my iPad and my mouth. That's always entertaining for y'all, hopefully. Thank you, Lynn. Thank all of you, for being here with me every day. I just cannot tell you how much it means to me to really feel like I have made a connection with y'all. It warms me in a way that I can't express to you adequately. I I just want you guys to know that you are so meaningful to me. Whether or not we have deep conversations or not, having you here with me every day is something special that I cherish, and I want to thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to see you tomorrow for Tangle Tuesday. We'll see what kind of trouble I can get into. Thank you, Sarah, for being here, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right? Don't forget to drop a like on this and share it if you want to. If you don't, that's absolutely fine. All right, guys, see you tomorrow.